In the year 1986, Yoweri Museveni came to power after defeating President Tito Okello, who was from an ethnic Ugandan tribe called the Acholi. Believing this defeat was against their own tribe, an Acholi woman named Alice Lakwena took her tribe to the capital to revolt against the new president. Armed with sticks, stones, and voodoo toys, Alice promised her followers that any stones thrown at the enemy would explode like grenades. In the bloody battles that followed, with only a few rifles in their possession, her army was completely routed by heavy machine gun and artillery fire. The remaining survivors rallied to form a new rebel army, the Lord's Resistance Army, also known as the LRA. Under their new leadership, the LRA rose up with their new 25-year-old frontman, Joseph Kony. Since 1989, Kony has successfully stayed alive in his battle against Museveni's government. To this day, the rebels have committed war crimes against the people they claim to protect, the Acholi themselves.
When they want to kill you, they use a sharp knife, and you will lie you down. After that, you will cut your head. That is the way how they kill people. They will put you into a small hut, and they will put fire on that hut. After that, you will burn.
In 1 decade alone, over 8,000 children were kidnapped by the Lord's Resistance Army. Most of these children are now presumed dead, killed either in combat or the deadly crossfire of warring sides. When shooting breaks out, the prisoners are often unable to escape. If the kidnapped children survive the long journey to the LRA camps, they are forcefully indoctrinated into the LRA's grand vision of an Acholi nation. The LRA indoctrination consists of beatings, rapes, and the severing of limbs by machete, all loosely based on Old Testament passages taken out of context. Joseph Kony subjects his child soldiers to a blend of fundamentalist Christianity mixed with African animistic beliefs, which include the practice of witchcraft. Of course, all biblical passages forbidding witchcraft are overlooked. Any child resisting the indoctrination or attempting to escape is executed, savagely beaten to death by those newly abducted into Kony's army. Altogether, over 50,000 people have been abducted by the LRA, and more than 1.5 million have been forcefully displaced from their homes. The majority of these families have lived in government-run camps for the past 5 to 10 years, with all of their food and housing needs provided for. Over the past few months, the World Food Program has begun cutting off food rations, leaving these families with no option but to return home. For many whose homes and belongings were destroyed by the rebels, this means returning to a state of hopelessness, a place haunted by the memories of their loved ones being brutally injured, maimed, and murdered in front of their own eyes.
We have about 25 churches that were burnt down during the time of rebel insurgency, and with about 1,000 families, that comes to close to about 5,000 people displaced that belonged to Uganda Assemblies of God. Right now we are in the midst of getting people back from the camps into their homes.
Jesus told us to go, clothe the naked, feed the hungry, and help the helpless. Now is the time for these people to return home, and now is the time for us to get involved. The Restore Hope Project is doing just that.
Not be today, it may not be tomorrow morning, but we are praying and believing. The day is going to come. You will stay in your own home, in your own country.
Recently we distributed seeds for the pastors to be able to plant their gardens worth about 5 million Uganda shillings, and we are preparing right now to rebuild pastors' homes and also rebuild those churches. Also, we have managed to bring some of the children who were abducted by the rebels, taken as wives to the rebel commanders. We have taken them out and we are giving them vocational training.
In the past several months, the first of the many displaced peoples have been returning home. The Uganda Assemblies of God have been supporting this effort by providing seeds and gardening tools so these families can step back into a normal life. By providing these needs and helping people rebuild their homes, we are hoping to see the villages in the north restored. This may be a large task, but it is one that can be accomplished with your help. Through prayer and financial support, you will be helping to rebuild homes and churches, provide food for families, and give hope to our people who need a life restored.
Alone of the sun.